little dirty, but that's okay, because she's just about ready to go. I wanted to tell everybody, I've been getting a lot of questions about the RMK, the Boondocker Sidekick turbo that I installed. You know, it's a sea-level turbo. Are you getting a lot of detonation? Or are you having issues? I've been getting detonation issues with this before I put the turbo on it. My buddy Keely's got the SKS, same year, same motor, the whole 9 yards. Detonation issues. I've reset my TPS. There's a bunch of websites and forums where guys tell you what to do to set your throttle position sensor on them. Because out of the factory, we've been noticing that the TPS is off a little bit. The guys in the mountains haven't been noticing as much of the detonation like we do here, but it seems that that's just the way it is. So I've checked the TPS, that's all in spec. So then I put the turbo on, and I still get the detonation. There's a little bit of pitting on my Polaris head here, cylinder head, but you won't even be able to see it in, I mean, you can barely see it. It's nothing major. But what did happen was the plug on the PTO side came out a few times. And that's a pretty good indication that it's detonating and it's shaking that plug out of there. So I went with the RK Tech low compression head. I talked to Boondocker. They said, good idea. They've been sort of playing around with that too. You know, I got to remember last year is one of the first years that they really started to, you know, put this plug and play turbo system in, the Sidekick. So there's a little bit of figuring out to do. Like I said though, I've been getting the detonation even before I put that turbo on. So I've got the low compression head. One thing that I did notice, I should mention, is that if I did run an octane booster, I didn't run into any detonation issues, even on the hottest of days. So, you know, we're kind of getting a bit of a baseline of how things are starting to pan out with this. So I put the low compression head in. I've got Kelsey's pistons in it as well. We're hoping that's going to really take care of that problem. I'm going to try it for a little bit. I am going to try to boost the, add the boost up a little bit. I'm going to talk to Boondocker, see what can be done with that. I'm also, I've got a Bully Dog tuner, so I'm going to send some maps in. They're going to send some back to me at Boondocker. We're going to play with the system a little bit and see if we can't get it all figured out. I just sort of wanted to give you a bit of an update because a lot of guys are asking, you know, should I get this turbo for sea level? Yes, honestly. It is extreme fun. It's not like every time you hit the throttle, it's detonating. It just does it the odd time. I mean, if I'm out in a day, it might happen once if it does happen. It just is a little disappointing. You don't like it. It's just not a good feeling. You get the code on there, you got to shut your machine off and restart it, and it's all good to go again. And I really don't think it's the turbo. It's the machine. It's just that engine. It was doing it before I did it, and Keely's still getting the detonation. Actually, he was getting a little bit more than me. So trade-offs, none. That turbo is awesome. The power that comes out of it's just crazy for an old guy like me, right? And that's it. That is my little bit of an update for the RMK detonation Boondocker Sidekick turbo. Everything's nice and tight. I'm going over everything, making sure that everything is just ready to go.
We're running 94 usually, right? Most of the pumps that we're...
Yeah, I think I was running 94, yeah.
So what are you boosting it? Where, at what octane are you losing the detonation?
I don't know. Don't even know. I was just adding a whole bunch of octane boost to it, just hoping for the best. And but it was hard to tell because there's no rhyme or reason. It's not like I could just sit there and say, okay, I'm going to just make it detonate right now and just ramp it right up. One thing I did notice was that at the very start of the year, when we had very low snow conditions and you just sit there and hammer it, I mean, it hit 8,500 right away, and before I could even hook up and get any traction, and I would get a detonation out of it pretty quickly. And that's what they're saying. You know, some guys are using, I talked to Chris Barant, I don't know if he would say this or not, but they're playing with helixes up in the mountains. Before I play with the helixes, the helix on the secondary, it just makes it engage a little slower. Before I do that, I want to sort of tackle the engine end of things, see if that low compression head makes any difference, and we can go from there. But yeah, exactly what octane, I never ran, you know, just 100 low light in it. I never ran
103 race fuel. it?
No, none of that. I just added octane boost just at the races in just a couple days. You know, I just chucked some in just to see how it worked, and it was good to go. Boostane, I think I got. Boost.
Oh, that big can bottle thing?
Yeah.
Boosting.
That's what I ran in it. That took care of my detonation when it did it. I ran this at the races in the sled and no detonation, and it was ramping up fast. It was keeping up with the 4-strokes. It hooked up way better, nice and flat with that helo in the back end. That worked out great. Got to change the gearing on it. Okay, I'm back in my sled. Thanks for watching.